Imagine a small town in Quebec, its streets buzzing with tension as miners take to the picket lines, their voices echoing a collective demand for justice. This was the scene that unfolded during the historic Asbestos strike of 1949, a pivotal moment in Quebec's history that reverberated far beyond its borders, challenging entrenched power structures and igniting a spark of defiance that would shape the province for decades to come. But what led to this moment? Asbestos is a naturally occurring fibrous mineral once extensively used for its resistance to heat and corrosion, and was a cornerstone of Quebec's economy. However, its widespread use came at a cost, as exposure caused great health risks. The town of Asbestos in Quebec was once the source of 85% of the world's asbestos. Up until 1948, when the miners realized their wages and working conditions were not up to par. This eventually led to the start of the Asbestos strike on February 14, 1949. This strike would eventually lead to major political and cultural shifts in Quebec's society. Firstly, the strike marked the first act of defiance against the Duplessis regime and foreshadowed the Quiet Revolution of the 1960s. Secondly, the strike sparked conflict between Duplessis and the church, challenging traditional power structures. The clergy of Quebec strongly supported the strikers, causing discord between the church and Duplessis. Third, the strike catalyzed improvements in labor relations and environmental health awareness, setting a precedent for future advocacy and reforms. While the strike ended in little reform for labor relations and environmental health risks, it brought great awareness surrounding the risk of asbestos and set an example for future union-driven movements. In conclusion, while the immediate outcomes of the asbestos strike may have been mixed, its long-term impact on Quebec's political, cultural, and social landscape cannot be overlooked. This has been a glimpse into the transformative history of the asbestos strike in Quebec. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the past.